As the days slowly grow longer and the valley starts buzzing with new energy, there's no better time to explore what makes Warwick so special. From trivia games to local hangout spots that bring people together, there's plenty to discover. Stay with us for all this and more on this month's edition of In the Valley. Welcome to this edition of In the Valley. I'm your host, Stephanie Keegan-Craver. Some of the most meaningful places in town don't start out that way. In Greenwood Lake, one unexpected space is quietly becoming a hub for connection, competition, and community.
Tucked not far within Greenwood Lake, one business has become an easy stop and a hard place to leave. While pinball brings people in, the variety keeps them here. With over 150 exotic snacks and drinks lining the walls, TwoFlips has become a destination not just for players, but for anyone curious enough to browse. And yes, every arcade has games, but TwoFlips has a personality too.
I've been a collector of arcade games for 2 decades, and I've always been very involved in the hobby, and lived in town for over a decade. You know, you look around, you see the kids hanging out at CBS, you see them walking up and down the sidewalk with nothing to do. I wanted to try to create a business environment that is friendly for everyone, including, the kids that don't seem to have much to do in town.
And for the people Randy had in mind when he opened the doors, that space is already making a difference. It's become a space people return to, whether they stay for a few minutes or a few hours.
So the amount of snacks they have here is just kind of awesome. You've got a bunch of imports for tons of different countries. The food here, I just served some amazing food. It was delicious. You can't get any experience like that in an arcade. So it's definitely different, it's unique. And then at most places you don't get these types of pinball machines to just play on whenever. So it's definitely a cool, unique experience.
From hand-pulled ramen to Dubai chocolate, TwoFlips makes the experience for everyone. It's a place where stopping in doesn't have to mean spending a lot. And what starts as a quick visit often turns into time spent browsing, playing, and discovering something new.
First you think it's crazy and weird about the arcade machines with the pinball. I've never played the original Mortal Kombat before, so when I first tried that, I didn't know what to do, but he showed me the move list and he taught me how to play. I'm here every day, except Monday, Tuesday, he's closed.
It's become a place people can stop in, enjoy a fresh meal, and spend time doing something they love. In a town with limited options, this arcade has quickly found its place. From families sharing a meal between rounds to friends competing for the high score, TwoFlips has become more than just an arcade. It's a gathering place, a small corner of joy in our town. It's a reminder that even in the simplest of spaces, connection and fun can flourish. For WVTV, I'm Elijah Carrick, back to you in the studio.
And if ramen and candy aren't your thing, TwoFlips offers plenty of discounts through other local restaurants to make sure your gaming is as tasty as it is fun. Now it's time to head back over the mountain. A short drive brings us to another local spot where creativity comes off the shelves and into the community.
When we think about a comic book store, you think about the comics. But in the Darkstone Comic Book Shop, there's a little more than meets the eye.
This store was established back in 2023, I believe in December, in Washingtonville, but they moved here in April of 2024 or 5.
Well, right now we've been expanding into different card games. Our comic wall is greatly expanded, as you can see, but also we're getting into more tabletop games. So more Dungeons & Dragons, Warhammer, Star Wars, Legion, Armada.
Not only do they attract just your average comic book fan, but also some people that just want to play some games.
So I was familiar with Darkstone Comics back when they were in Washingtonville. I went there for a Magic event that I found on the Magic the Gathering Companion app, and I had a lot of fun. But with the new location in Chester, I've been coming here a lot more regularly for various Magic the Gathering and sometimes Dungeons & Dragons events.
Normally, sometimes I come for like comic omnibuses or just come to look around, but mainly I'm getting into tabletop games, so mainly D&D stuff.
I actually worked at the deli next door. and walked over one day, found out there was a comic book store, and immediately this became my new hangout.
From comics to cards to figurines, they have it all down here in Darkstone Comics in Chester. For Warwick Valley TV, I'm Brett Roberson, signing off.
If you don't want to miss one of their many events, make sure to go to the event calendar on their website at darkstonecomics.com. Don't go away, because we'll be right back with a special guest from Key Studios.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to In the Valley. Joining me in studio today is Narcissus Key of Key Studios. Thank you for joining us, Nar. So you have a really interesting journey, and I'd love to hear about your journey from working for the Village of Warwick, DPW, to owning your own production company.
Put it simply, that it was a choice that kind of came to me over time. Like, it wasn't something that I just always wanted to do. I was working for the Village. I worked there for 5 years, good old water department specifically. So in and out of a lot of people's houses and changing water meters. But it was over those course of those years of doing that job, I was like, this is a fun job. I don't think it's really for me. And then I stumbled upon, I'm skipping steps here because it's an in-depth story, but I stumbled into the world of acting. And then once I started doing acting, I was like, oh, this is actually a lot of fun. Like, it hit me in a way that was different than any other job I've worked. And I felt like that was something that was special, and I should really indulge in that. And COVID happened, of course, unfortunately. And during that time, I was still working for DPW, but I had so much free time. I was like, let me buy a camera and try to make my own stuff for acting purposes, because there was nothing going on. So I bought a camera, and then I fell in love with the process of taking photos first, but then I got into actual doing videos, and I was like, wow, this is pretty a different feeling on top of the acting part of it. And through that, the last 2 years I worked there, I did on and off photo shoots and videos and stuff, and I was like, wow, this is a lot of fun. And then I kind of just stuck with that, doing more photos and more videos, and I kind of kept getting better and better at it. And then a few years went down the line, I moved away and did other jobs, but I kept coming back to it. And then the last job I worked in 2023, when I left there January of 24, I left there, I was like, you know what? I've been coming back to this. I should just, step back and really just fully hammer it down. And I ran into an old friend of ours, Yelena, one night, and I was talking about my idea, and she was all for it, and she helped me kind of bring it to life. And I was like, let's just actually do it. And then we made the LLC, and then just started doing it full time.
That's awesome. Yeah. And so what is your favorite activity to shoot that you've done with cameras, with video?
I mean, I guess filmmaking, making films is my favorite thing to shoot technically. But I mean, anything that involves people. I could do a car shoot or something with someone's animals or real estate, but interacting with actual humans and people, getting them to see the emotions for, let's say they're playing a character, seeing the emotions come in real time, it's a feeling that's just really just special. I love capturing that.
Yeah, and you are our official chamber photographer, and you've gotten some wonderful footage of our ribbon cuttings, our events that really help us stand out as a business as well. So you have shared with me some great ideas that you have for movies. Where do you come up with the inspiration for that?
So that one's interesting because when I make stuff, I want to make stuff that I would want to watch. And so I'm like, what would I be interested in? And if it's like some thriller or something like action or comedy, like what would I want to watch that it's not out there already? I'm going to go and make that. And so that's basically where my inspiration comes from. Like, what would I want to see? If I was, a younger guy or whatever, that's where it comes from.
Yeah, definitely, making it for your audience. So your company motto is the key to unlocking your cinematic vision. How do you apply that in your work?
So that one, obviously, is play on words because Key Studios. But I said that because typically people have an idea or a vision, but they don't know how to execute it. But once you find that one thing, that one missing piece, that key, that's how you can open the doors and make it. So I want to be that solution to people who have these ideas. Say they have a film they want to make, or they want to make something for their website or their business. The one thing they're missing is the person to do it. And so that's the key to unlocking your cinematic vision.
Love that. So you are a graduate of Warwick Valley High School.
I
How
am.
did the programs here inspire you?
Well, funny enough, I wasn't into video and film during high school. I wanted to be a comic book artist. That was my passion. I was very creative. I was always, I was down in the pit, doing any art classes I could. But I think, as much as I say I wish I started younger, I don't think that if I had done it younger, I would have been as involved in it, if you would. I would have had this passion for it, because I think it was all the life experiences that led up to me finally getting into it that added to the love I have for it. So, I mean, I enjoyed going to school here. The program I did, but I don't know if they purposely, directly led to where I'm at now.
Yeah, wow. And is there any advice you would give to the students watching this who may want to own their own production company one day?
Absolutely. I definitely want to say, if you're dreaming of doing stuff like this or starting your own thing, just go out and just do it. That's the best thing I can say to you. Just don't let anybody stop you from trying to work towards your dreams. Because I've had people who come to me saying, hey, I don't think you should do this. You have a stable job with a pension and benefits and stuff, whatever. But I was like, yeah, sure. But I also really didn't like that job. So why would I work doing something I didn't like when I could try to do something I liked and could actually make it if I stick to it? It's all about being consistent and dedicated. So as long as you have that and you're a big fan of the dream, just chase it and you'll make it happen.
Yeah. And do you have any funny stories you can share about a shoot gone wrong? Any bloopers?
I guess I did a shoot in Beacon one time with my friends, and I wouldn't say it was anything funny but just annoying, because it was a nice sunny day. And we started our shoot, we're getting on location, I was getting my actors all ready, we're planning out what we're gonna do, and then it just started raining. And then it stopped, and then we're like, all right, let's get back into it. But at that point, the location's all wet now, things look different, but it kept just raining and stopping in like the most annoying intervals that took us so much longer to shoot than it should have. And I think that's probably like the funniest thing that's happened to me in a while.
And so you are a big superhero fan.
Yes, I am.
Who is your favorite and why?
Oh man, since middle school, Superman.
Okay.
Superman has been my favorite superhero. It used to be Spider-Man, and then once I found Superman, it's been Superman ever since.
Awesome. Any particular reason?
I love the costume. I love the logo. I'm big on logos. I love the logo, but I think it was this guy who's an alien, an outsider, who's just so big and powerful, but all he wants to do is just fit in and be considered like normal. I think, I don't know, something about that just kind of resonated with me.
Yeah.
And I don't really know why, but ever since then I was like, this is my guy. It's just.
Well, thank you to Narcissus Key of Key Studios for this amazing interview, and we'll be right back.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to In the Valley. The colder months can feel long and quiet, but for one place in Warwick, that could not be further from the truth.
As the holidays fade, so does the excitement for many in the Warwick Valley. For a lot of people, this season becomes a routine of waking up, heading to work or school, and coming straight back home. The town can feel cold, quiet, and desolate. But every Thursday night, that changes, as people gather at Pennings for weekly trivia. It's a chance to come together, share a few laughs, and enjoy a warm meal.
Trivia night is amazing. Every week, it's been a long week. We can just sit down, relax, have some trivia, have some cider, have some good food, have some good laughs. It's always a good time here at Pennings Trivia on Thursday nights.
For many regulars, trivia night is more than just a way to pass the time. It's a tradition they've returned to for years. Faces become familiar, conversations grow easier, and before long, it starts to feel like a community.
Me and my wife have run trivia here at Pennings for the last 4 years. I used to come here with my friends, and we loved it. I used to win all the time. So when they offered me the opportunity, I love doing it. Crowds are fun, and it's a fun thing to do for a little bit of side money.
Trivia isn't only about knowing the right answers. It's about the people at your table, a conversation between questions, and a sense of connection that keeps everyone coming back week after week.
It's just really nice to have a group of people come together once a week every Thursday, and it's nice especially in the winter when there's not a lot going on, especially at Pennings. So it fills the room. It's fun to see similar faces every week.
So, in Warwick, escaping the winter can seem impossible, but when you know where to look, it's easier than you think, and it comes with a bonus: new friends, good laughs, and of course, a great meal. And with Warwick Valley Television, I'm Ryan Barnable, and back to you in the studio.
If you're interested, you can go to penningsfarmmarket.com and check out their calendar for trivia and what other events they have going on. Places like Pennings show how gathering can make the season feel warmer. That same sense of comfort and connection is something many people look for every day. In our community, a new business aims to offer exactly that.
In Warwick, New York, it's pretty easy to find a place for coffee, but finding one that feels like a second home is different. At Red Fox Coffee Company, it's not just about selling coffee, it's about creating a place where people feel they belong.
I thought it was a homey place, where you could go and get a nice cup of coffee. The people behind the counter are amazing, just simply amazing. You can hang out, sit at the table, and take 15, 20 minutes and sit back and relax.
The owners started this shop to build long-term connections in the community. They wanted to move away from the busy feel of a typical coffee shop and instead create a warm, friendly space where people can relax.
And I want it to be a vibe that when they come in, it's kind of like, oh, I think I want to come in here and hang out for a little bit rather than just get your cup of coffee and run. I want it to feel just like calm and, friendly.
We really just want it to be as inviting as possible. I want people to feel like they're walking into their second home.
But beyond that relaxed vibe, there's a strong focus on quality. After working hard to secure their spot, the owners now roast their own beans and craft every drink by hand.
We roast the coffee here ourselves as well. So we take that whole bean coffee, we grind it up right in front of you, we pour it over, and it takes about 2-3 minutes, but you get a fresh cup of coffee every time.
Nothing warms my heart more than when somebody takes that first sip and they're like, oh my God, this is the best cup of coffee I ever had. I'm like, yes, we did it.
Whether it's the fresh poured over coffee or the warm welcome, Red Fox Coffee Company is proving that a dream, when brewed correctly, can wake up an entire community. From WVTV, I'm William Bowler, back to you in the studio.
Red Fox Coffee Company is located on Route 94 in Warwick and is open 7 days a week. You can find more information about their house-roasted beans at redfoxcoffeecompany.com. Warwick has no shortage of ways to spend your day. With so many options to choose from, it can be hard to decide where to go, but one place offers comfort and cuteness, all wrapped into one experience.
The town of Warwick is filled with so many activities for the whole family, but just outside of our main street resides an awesome experience with some furry friends. Shalomar Alpacas in Warwick, New York is a local alpaca farm that has a number of varying expertise. From breeding the alpacas to using their wool for clothing, there is so much happening. While it is a business, owner Oliver knows how important it is to take good care of the animals.
The most important part of taking care of the alpaca is to be sure they have water, food, and they are healthy. I think when an animal is not comfortable, he's not so nice, or he could be eventually aggressive. Our alpaca are not aggressive at all. It's really the contrary. They're very sweet.
While Oliver has two jobs, being that he's a well-known perfume maker, his wife Patricia really takes the best care of these guys so she can create a quality product, but overall, it's out of love.
The alpaca is a camelid. It's a fiber animal, so it's one of the reasons we are doing this, because I really fell in love with the fiber, the quality of the fiber, and physically for me it's a business, but it's also a labor of love. Yes, alpacas are my babies 100%.
As the owners prepare for the shaving in May and babies coming in September, customers are greatly satisfied with their product.
This scarf was given to me by my mother and is made from the fur of one of the alpacas, and she makes beautiful, beautiful items out of it.
People come to Shalomar Alpacas from around the county to meet them. Shalomar Alpacas prides themselves on the fact that they let you go in and meet the alpacas face to face, not from behind the fence. These animals are incredibly kind and so gentle. How could you not fall in love? For Warwick Valley Television, I'm Samantha Diltz.
Alpacas are known for their gentle nature and soft fur. If you want to see them face to face, find out more at shalomaralpacas.com. As we wrap up this edition of In the Valley, we're heading back to a familiar winter scene. For the second January in a row, we leave you with blue skies and fresh turns at Mountain Creek. I'm Stephanie Keegan-Craver. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Valley.